Okay, well, hello and welcome back to another moto vlog. It is my second moto vlog on the ZX10, and it is safe to say I am thoroughly enjoying riding this bike. It has been an absolute blast to ride. I think I've had it maybe, what is it, a month now? And yeah, it's just been awesome. We've had some nice weather, so I've been able to get out on it quite often. Done a couple decent length trips, you know, I mean, nothing too crazy, like hour, 2 hours, that kind of thing. And yeah, so far, it has been absolutely faultless, which is, yeah, really great. Still got an insane amount of power, which, you know, kind of surprises me often. Almost used to it, but yeah, such a powerful bike. But yeah, fantastic to ride. Really been enjoying the tyres. The only gripe I have with this bike is how stiff the front end is. Oh my god, it is so goddamn stiff. Oh fuck, I just drove past that BP just as my fuel light come on. Shit. Okay, well, I guess I'll be stopping somewhere else for fuel. Yeah, front end is so stiff, and like, I was consulting some online forums, and you've got all the stuff you turn to adjust, and apparently it's like 10 plus turns to stiff or something. That's what some guy said. So I'm hoping next track day I do, if I'm feeling, you know, frivolous, I'll spend 150 odd quid to oh shit, I guess I'm gonna have to go in here. I hope they've got super here. Let's have a look, shall we? Ooh. Is there any super? E10. Was that E5? Yeah, that looks like E5. Okay, that'll have to fucking do. So while I'm waiting for this geezer, yeah, I'll be doing the suspension setup on this, hopefully on the next track day, which I'm looking to do at Brands on the, I want to say it's like end of June. I haven't actually booked it yet because I usually wait for the weather forecast. But yeah, that's probably my only gripe with this bike. That and the fact that it doesn't come from factory with, you know, the quick shifter blipper thing unlocked. You have to get it like coded in. So that's annoying. But yeah, other than that, it is fan fucking tastic. What an absolute belter of a machine. So yeah, let's fill up, get some petrol. I knew this bike was going to want fuel. It's so typical. And if this car could just get, yeah, come on, Beardy. Yeah, thank you so much. So we'll get some petrol and be on our way. Oh yeah, and another thing, you might have just heard it then. This bike absolutely pulses and hunts for an idle. It's really irritating. Not sure if I can get it looked at when I'm getting the bike tuned. Because yeah, it pulses like a fucker. It's really quite irritating. But yeah, it's just one of those things that I'll have to get sorted out. I mean, it might just be that's just how they are. I have read on forums and such that that's a common thing. But yeah, so yeah, let's put in maybe about 15 quid's worth of E5. Okay, so petrol check. Also, snag the monster, which is good. Just check I've not left anything there. Don't know about you, but I get so paranoid if I'm leaving stuff behind. But yeah, those lights have gone for the train, so I'm gonna go this way, because today I thought I would just pop out to, you know, like a short little local route. So I'm gonna pop to a place called the Devil's Punch Bowl, which is a, what do they call it? A spot of outstanding natural beauty, I believe I think it's in Surrey. So yeah, gonna pop there. There's a little pub I stop at. It's where I can, you know, turn the GoPros off and enjoy my monster, which I don't know if you can see, but it's the Pipeline Punch, and that is my favourite monster. And I would love to get sponsored by Monster Energy. That would be awesome. Don't know what I'd prefer, a Red Bull sponsorship or a Monster sponsorship. They're both amazing, and I love both of them. Oh fuck, my dad. Can I squeeze past you? Yeah, of course. You got a fucking engine in the back. What is that? Big old engine. But yeah, cool. So I have a big story time for today on our little trip up. So yesterday I went out with a couple friends who like aren't creators. There was 3 of them. One's on a Blackbird, one's on a Fireblade, and one's on an MT7. And I also went out with my buddy Revit Rich on an MT9. Rich is a creator as well. I'll put his profile up and all that stuff. If you wanted to check him out, he does some cool moto vlogs and other types of content. Kind of similar to what I do. But yeah, he was tagging along, and we were heading down to Portsmouth as every Sunday. I think it's the last Sunday. Sorry, not every Sunday, the last Sunday of every month, there's a car meet on at Port Solent. So we were going to head down there, you know, whack our bikes up, have a look at the cars, and get a bit of lunch at the Wetherspoons by the marina. And I kid you not, we were about 5 minutes out, and my buddy Sam on his MT7 had serviced his bike the day before, but like a light service, so just oil filter and oil change. And me and my friend on the Blackbird were in head, and we lost them behind us essentially. And it wasn't until some guy stopped us and said, well, actually we were stopped on the side of the road, and a guy, you know, rolled down his window and said, your buddies came off his bike. And we were like, oh shit. So, you know, managed to get there ASAP, and luckily he had, you know, the passers-by there. Yeah, I completely missed out the fact he crashed because he basically, I don't know if it could be his fault, but his sump plug wasn't incorrectly maybe. He said he torqued it down, but maybe there was an issue with the threads or something. But his sump plug came out, pissed oil, and like because of the position of it, it pissed it directly onto the back tyre. And we found where the sump bolt came out, and I kid you not, it was about, you know, 20 meters down the road. He ended up coming off his bike because... Are you turning in? No, what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing, buddy? And yeah, it fishtailed his bike, skidding about, and yeah, basically it threw him off the bike. The bike travelled about, you know, 10 meters down the road, and then he literally must have just hit the deck and not skidded at all. I'll put the footage in that Rich was able to capture on his DJI camera, and all you'll see is like a cloud of smoke, and then, you know, the bike's gone down and he's there on the floor. Shit. And yeah, it was just so unfortunate because we were that close. And Rich and, you know, my buddy on the Fireblade said that it was insane that he held onto the bike as long as he did while it was, you know, fishtailing and dancing around. And they basically said, yeah, there's nothing he could have done to have saved that. You know, the sheer amount of oil that was on that back tyre was ridiculous. Luckily the MT7 actually came off all right. You know, it just had some scrapes on the bungs, you know, all cosmetic damage because he had, you know, full crash bungs on it, that kind of thing. So it actually came off quite all right. But, you know, we had paramedics, we even had the fire brigade. Oh no, repairing your file? What's happened to my file? My GoPro, oh okay, file repaired. What the fuck, I've never seen that message before. And it cut the recording, what the fuck? Mate. Alright, we started it again. I hope the one on my... Yeah, this one's still recording. So yeah, we had the fire brigade attend the scene first. Apparently, to make the bike safe, so it's not, you know, leaking oil, catching fire. And apparently they're also first aid trained, so that was cool. They blocked the road. They were really nice guys. Then we had the police rock up, 2 traffic police cars. Oh my god, my GoPro's fucked up again. What the fuck? What's going on with this GoPro? Okay, whatever. And then 2 police cars rocked up. They were, half of them were all right. I'll get onto that in a bit. And then the paramedics rocked up, and yeah, basically Sam got taken to hospital after getting checked out, got an X-ray, and I think he'd like fractured his shoulder or broken his shoulder. Okay, well this GoPro's shit in the bed, so let's turn it off. So yeah, massive shame that happened to him, really unfortunate. And you know, I guess maintain your bike, give your bike a good once over. He thought he torqued the bolt down, but clearly not, as we found it up the road. But we were saying it's so lucky that this didn't happen on the A3 as we were coming down, you know, doing 70 odd miles an hour on a motorway, as then he would have been screwed completely. And, you know, luckily he was wearing all AA or even AAA rated gear. His helmet did hit the ground. I'm pretty sure he was concussed because he could not remember a thing that happened. So that did the job. And I guess that's a reminder, you know, wear your gear, make sure your bike's maintained to the highest standard. And even then, you know, shit happens. Some fucks fall out, I guess. Really unfortunate, but alongside that, you know, we were there a good 2 hours, and we had police there as well. And lo and behold, the absolute, I kind of want to call her a job's worth. You know, she didn't give us any tickets, so I can't really call her that much of a job's worth, but had a good look round our bikes and told us, oh, this is not correct with your bike, and same with this, you know. Number plates are too small. They haven't got the correct markings on the, you know, the bottom of the plate where it's, I can't remember whether BSA or BA or something like that. And oh, you need to have baffles in your exhaust, this stuff, and you got, you know, the whole lecture. We could give you this fine, but we're not going to let you off because of the circumstances, which, okay, I appreciate that, but yeah, I don't like being talked down to like I'm fucking stupid. And what made me laugh as well was, clearly, you know, I do a lot of bike stuff. I do know a fair amount about bikes and the law. And she was chatting out of her fucking arse when it came to exhausts. I'm pretty sure you do not need to have a baffle. And on MOTs, it's up to the MOT person's discretion as to what is considered too loud for an exhaust. My can for example, doesn't really require a baffle because of how long it is and how quiet it is. She seemed to think otherwise, even though I said, you know, it definitely doesn't need one. It doesn't even appear as an advisory. But she also seemed to think that baffles would help with emissions, which I don't think is the case, you know, because that's what a catalytic converter's job is. And I'm pretty sure there aren't really any emissions regulations on bikes anyway, but you know, she was definitely not happy for me to be questioning her and her authority. But yeah, it was kind of cringe the way she was showing off in front of the guy that she was training, but it is what it is. No fine for me, so I'm happy. But interestingly, that is actually my first run-in with the police on a bike. And they didn't even stop me, it was just the fact that they were there. I've never had any issues with police on bikes before. One, because I've never been pulled and, you know, don't actually ride that much. But yeah, definitely interesting. But yeah, Sam's doing good now. He got his bike recovered. I kind of want to see what he does with it, whether he fixes it up or, you know, whether he goes for insurance for it, whether the insurance will even cover him. Because I wouldn't mind a little project for myself. And I have been wanting an MT7 for a while now. One, because they're, you know, pretty cheap, reliable, easy to work on bikes, wheelie machines as well. That's one of the reasons. So yeah, I'll see what he does. Maybe there'll be another project bike on the channel. But yeah, Triumph. I'm going left anyway, geez. Very nice of you to let me go. And the pub that I like to go to is just up here. And luckily we have stayed dry. Kind of pissed off about this GoPro. It's kept cutting and saying, you know, repairing your file, which is not good. So I've kind of gone down to one camera for half of this vlog, unfortunately. So I'll investigate that, see if that's a card issue. If it's the GoPro on its way out, guess who's going to be switching to Insta? Would love an Insta 360 sponsorship, because I actually do want one of their 360 cams, because, come on, get the bike round. Hate the gravel in this car park. I do want a 360 cam because I would put it on the back of this bike for motovlogs and, you know, get that GTA style point of view, which I think would be cool and would be an extra angle. But that would also mean replacing both of these. So let's just have a little look. So you'd roll it. Nope, it's not even going to want to roll now. Okay, well, that GoPro's had enough. So no face cam outro, but luckily this one's working. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I'll just quickly go over a couple of things that I've done to the bike as well since the last time that you might not have seen. New bar ends, need to change that bolt. Domino grips, levers, crash bungs. The rear seat in black with the Ninja logo painted in. Some new tank grips. Still waiting on the screen as well. And then got the headlight covers on too. So that'll look nice with a black screen with headlight covers on. And that's kind of it, really. Just waiting for the screen. I will be doing a mirror delete and, you know, like an integrated indicator, which is going to sit here. What else are we going to do? I think that's kind of it, really. So, yeah, fuck this GoPro. Any suggestions, if anyone's had any problems like that as well, let me know. And yeah, I'm basically gonna drink my Monster, pray that it stays dry, and then, yeah, record some more videos and go home. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.